Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. It is May 28th. May 28th. I hope the day is treated kindly. I just love this. Some people say I burn far too much, and I just don't care. I like it. All right. What's happening in spirit? Planetary circumstance for the people, please. What's happening in spirit? Justice. And the wheel turns. Justice. All right. In the central energy, planetary circumstance. We got the Three of Pentacles here. Cooperation, collaboration, a commitment. We got two arms length. That looks like a male and a female arm to me. With the High Priestess. Woo! So there could be a commitment or collaboration with a High Priestess. Teamwork. Somebody's saying, as long as she needs the medicine, he can't allow her to be intercessor. The curator. So, they're looking for their sacrifice. They want this High Priestess. But apparently there's medicine or something. So, it's got, I don't know, something. Curator. So they need a sacrifice. They didn't get one. When God came on scene a couple years ago, he said that they would never find what they were looking for when it came to that. And they haven't. The High Priestess. I mean the Empress. So we got the High Priestess, Empress in their Three of Pentacles. So we got a commitment. We got collaboration. These guys want to take her. This High Priestess is already in a collaboration linked to, the two are back together. The two are together. The two that these ones have been working so hard to keep apart are together. So the High Priestess is with her person. We've got a commitment. With the High Priestess, we've got collaboration. Pardon me. In the challenge position, Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. So there's a deep understanding regarding emotions, love, what's been going on here. And Queen of Pentacles, you could be pouring forth a love and stuff. So these guys, nasties, they're saying that this High Priestess is rehabilitating everyone. So she's re-enlivening everyone, bringing it back to life with the love and with the pentacles. It's like these guys were zeroing out the soul value of children and others and then living high on the hog, you know, while people were running around like zombies. in the subconscious. Page of Cups. So there could be a page, oopsie, there could be a Page of Cups here who is receiving restrictions, and they might be feeling trapped. Feeling like a victim. In the recent past. Knight of Swords. There's something urgent going on. Actions. Some kind of action is being or has been made regarding Ace of Pentacles. Manifesting some kind of a reward. So there's some sort of an urgency to manifest a reward. And again, we've got urgency with the speed, with the Ace of, or the Eight of Wands. Somebody's being impulsive regarding your reward, regarding a reward, regarding your stability. They're going quickly. They're doing something quickly. We got Nine of Cups. Wishes granted. Pleasure. King of Pentacles. Security, discipline. We got the Queen of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Magician. Lenses being looked through is a Seven of Cups. Might have a lot of offers for love or whatever. Some kind of temptations. We got Knight of Wands. Fierceness. Boldness. Any environment. Page of Pentacles. Hopes and fears. The Wheel of Fortune. That song. I can feel it coming back again. Da, da, da. Oh, da, 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 wind. I can feel it. It's been playing in my head for a few days now. On the outgoing energy, we got Six of Pentacles. Generosity. Generosity. Based on the truth. Based on the truth. So generosity will be based on the truth. We got Six of Pentacles. Charity. Some form of charity is based, or maybe, you know, is coming in with clarity. Victory. You're getting some kind of charity because of a victory. So whoever it is that's helping out with this High Priestess and the collaborating with the High Priestess is going to wind up with Six of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Yeah. Balance. So generosity, a generous charity based on some kind of a breakthrough, some kind of a victory. A reward for winning the fight. Lovers. 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 Divine love and union. Somebody is so disappointed because a divine love and union is here. They're very disappointed because of your determination and your stamina. You just didn't quit. You did not quit. You kept going. You kept going. You're tired. You're exhausted. But you keep going. It's been nearly 2 years of solid 24 hours a day, 7 days a week intensity. I'm impressed. So we got 9 of Pentacles, a life of luxury coming up, and a new beginning. We got the hawk there. Ooh, excuse me. These ones were saying something the other day about an Egyptian pharaoh. Priest. Maybe this high priestess's person. I don't know. So I think, yeah, so there's a marriage. There's a marriage. So it's just a story I pick up on. There's a marriage. So there's a marriage. This high priestess has herself a priest. An Egyptian high priest. These ones are upset. Could be. I think it is. Because jaguar. The lion and the jaguar. She's the lion, he's the jaguar. These ones up there are all upset that she's not alone. She's not defenseless. They're targeting people who are. She's not defenseless. She has a priest that is very devoted. The miracle is that together you barely made it out alive. Twitter is not your therapist. Not every shadow work session needs a public post. Somebody's upset over your boundaries, your privacy. We've got souvenirs from heartbreak. Don't age well. Burn the hoodie. Keep the lesson. You're releasing. You're empowered. They're challenged by your empathy and your deep understanding regarding what they've been doing with love and finances. You're healing people. You're rehabilitating people, places, things. With your love, with your dharma. They're calling her a space woman. They say she's dangerous and the one that she is with. But the thing about it is that they really care about the well-being of the people. And the ones that have been pimping everybody out, they just wanted the power and the authority without actually serving the people. They wanted the people to serve them. And these two that are out there serving the people are here on a holy mission. And these others have been delaying it by red rumming everybody and pimping them out. And they like the low vibration of suffering. It's the entities and such that they work with and that they've made deals with. But the high priestess and the high priest work in very high vibrational energy connected to source. And, together now. They're together now. These guys are upset because they actually came together. They're together. So in the challenge position, they got all this deep understanding regarding the love and the finances. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. And we've got, they're having anxiety. They're getting bad Wi-Fi. They're getting bad Wi-Fi. He misinterpreted the messaging system. He misinterpreted what was happening in the minds of these divine feminines. He didn't realize that you were building walls or transforming, becoming prosperous. In the subconscious, so this page, whoever this page is having restrictions. They're not able to sleep. They're feeling like a victim. They could be having paralysis, sleep paralysis. Maybe they don't want to sleep. Knight of Swords, taking action with the Ace of Pentacles, manifestation, taking action regarding the ward. We've got swift movement happening here. Stable, swift movement based in truth. And we got speed. So the Knight is about speed, urgency, and then the Ace of Pentacles is sandwiched with the Eight of Wands. So there's a change and a high energy and abundance of energy. You might be feeling tired or just relaxed. You might be expending a lot of energy in the other space. Whoever you are, you're spending a lot of energy healing people, rehabilitating things. So it may be that you're spending a lot of energy. Very quickly. Very quickly, we've got fear, stagnation. Somebody's in a trap. Somebody's in Netflix jail. Whoever's been making pornography and then pretending to be a high value person, doing low value things. Netflix jail. Blocking is free. They're in a trap. Comfort zone is a trap. Delete his number, not your self-respect. Set some boundaries. Get your dignity. There's closure. Somebody's afraid of your boundaries. It's by invitation only, apparently. These guys keep trying to get in, but it's by invitation only. They're worried about this High Priestess recognizing them. When she gets up there, she's coming home. And when she gets there, these nasties who have defiled, desecrated, red-rummed her, tormented, tortured her over and over and over again. This has been going on for 4,000 to 6,000 years. They've been tormenting this poor woman. They say they have no idea. She has no idea what happens to the magistrate, so they're planning on doing it again. Loud mouths. They like to talk. Yeah. Blocking is free. You got your boundaries up. When it comes to your Nine of Cups, your wishes are granted. You're romanticizing your own damn life. Happiness, pleasure. You're getting your own independence. King of Pentacles is here. Disciplined leader. Manifesting something, transforming something. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You're stopping anxiety. So there's rehabilitation going on. So it could be that this High Priestess And this King of Pentacles is here, and they're alleviating the fear, the anxiety. They're rehabilitating. They're removing the fear and the anxiety, maybe. They're stopping fear cosplaying as guidance. They could be shifting the perception, removing the anxiety. There's frequencies, subliminal, that are out there in the waves. People don't really pick up on, but they affect the mind and the energy in a negative way. Subliminally, there's like a continuous loop of suffering. I don't hear it anymore, but I once did, where the children are suffering. But it's almost like a loop, like a CD or some kind of a recording that is just playing in a loop in this subliminal consciousness. And I think that they were doing that in order to keep people in the fight or flight, in this kind of anxiety energy, the frequency of it. So we've got the Seven of Cups here and the Knight of Wands. Somebody's under an illusion. They're being tempted. They're having a fantasy. Maybe there's a lot of choices and determination with what's going on here. No, you're not dying. Yes, it sucks. Healing feels like garbage before growth. So we got rehabilitating. So yeah, be patient. It could be that as these frequencies, it could be that the frequencies are shifting. That's causing the lights just blinked. That could be confirmation. So Page of Pentacles is here in the environment. You got stability. Ooh, and the best filter you'll ever wear is self-love. It looks good on you. Confidence, glow, and attraction. Your diligence. You're very diligent. You're very stable. The wheel is turning here. The wheel is turning, and you have evolved through the challenges here. And so you are free, and you're leaving all of those people behind that have been having a good time on your energy. And you're stopped giving idiots spiritual credit. We're not... Your perception may have shifted a lot over time. You're just dealing with the blunt truth now. You're not interested in foo-foo words or love bombing or compliments. It just is what it is. Your ego probably died a long time ago. Well, you got the Six of Pentacles here. There's giving, sharing, breakthrough, clarity, truth, victory. The truth is victorious. And you do not trust chaos. You've escaped. You are liberated. You've stopped trying to heal in the same place that broke you. You're getting on down the road. You don't trust chaos. So you've escaped it. The cycles of chaos. You've brought forward the truth, so you've escaped it. Yeah. Your pain isn't content. Healing doesn't need a hashtag. You're very private during your healing and your growth. And no one's coming to steal your spotlight. They can't say that they did what you did. They have no idea what you did. They can't live the last 5, 10, 20 years for you. And you didn't post the content. So they don't know who you are now. The script that they were operating from, no longer, it's outdated. And the universe does not take X back requests for this lazy fake version of you and your ex. They're not getting you back. It's like, stop editing a story that flopped already. That's over. This is closure. It's ending. And everything that they did is coming back. Everything they did to her when they left her alone, when they abandoned her, they just left her there. Yeah, it's all coming back on them. Because they left her alone and she was living with the bare minimum, earning it herself, making it work for herself. And this says God is blocking him for you. Because they took everything from you and they gave you crumbs. So you're saying no. No. God said no. You're done carrying the dead weight of those people who are not devoted, those devils. This high priestess will no longer carry the weight of those others. Something big is going to be happening. Monstrosity. We're on the brink of disaster, apparently. These fellas, what they built, this empire that we see with our eyes, it was all built on suffering and on very, very controlled limitation, presented as freedom. It's crazy. Alrighty then. So we got 3 pentacles, collaboration, cooperation, and a commitment here. We got a male and a female, it looks to me, with those 2 different arms. We got a high priestess here, connected to the higher power, clairvoyant, divine feminine energy, boundaries. There is boundaries here and restraint. Somebody's upset because they had no idea what you had become. They just put you in the trash, buried you. They buried you alive and then they walked away. And they didn't realize what was happening to you because they thought they had done you in. What a punk. Again, high priestess. So, there's collaboration and commitment. That's a male and a female arm. We got high priestess here. You got divine wisdom. You got source connection. And this guy, he's like, what the hell? When did this happen? And there's a high priestess again. He's like, what? When did she become a high priestess? He's looking through Twitter. He's looking through all the AI freaking records and whatnot. There's no record of you becoming what you are. He's shocked. He didn't see it in you. He's challenged because you have a deep understanding of what they've been doing to love. And the money here is yours. The prosperity is yours. There's a big transfer happening. And they're very upset because you have been emancipated and freed. The contract that these people held you captive with, it's over. All those fraudulent contracts, those are all over. You're freed, you're in a new one. And all of that wealth that belongs to you is being transferred to the new family. They're upset because they owe a big debt and they have no collateral, so they can't get a loan. This sun. They misinterpret the sun. They're being disconnected from the sun. They're losing signal. They're losing connection to the sun. They're losing connection to the sun. These people, I guess when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, your soul actually goes offline or whatever. You have to fight for it. So somebody's got bad Wi-Fi, the sun, they're losing connection with the sun. They misinterpreted the sun, the messaging. They're having anxiety over your rebirth. They're having anxiety over your transformation. They didn't realize you're like a high priestess times 2, or maybe both of you, because these ones have been saying that the high priestess has a high priest. We have a Page of Cups here. He's feeling trapped, restricted. They could be having some kind of paralysis, like scared stiff. They can't sleep. They may have sleep paralysis. Make your move. They're playing chess. They can't sleep. This card has a number 11 on it. Make your move. Maybe they're up all night trying to figure out what to do. The Knight of Swords is here, very focused on this opportunity that's coming in very swiftly. We've got Netflix jail. Somebody's in a state of stagnation. They're afraid because they're getting blocked, because of your boundaries, because of this closure. Whoever this is, they look like the same. Like this person looks like the same person, but it's like this person was a copycat and you're blocking them. The copycats who've been making Netflix movies are going to Netflix jail. You got boundaries up. This is your heart. And they had their opinions about it. And look, and now you got, because of those who have bad opinions about love, those who are happiness haters, those who have hoity-toity, better than thou opinions about how you should connect to God or source or creator, yeah, you got boundaries up for those people. When it comes to teaching in the circle of teachers. You're protected from the past. Yeah. They really did you wrong. They did you wrong. Wrong. They did you wrong. Fleeting. So your sleep was fleeting, and their turn at managing you and your high priestess capacity. You're here on a sacred mission, on a holy mission. And these ones tried to turn you into a prostitute. You've probably been celibate for lifetimes. With the exception of their early on or unseen desecration, their energetic harvesting and pollution and stuff like that. Jerks. So we got the intentions, expectations. We got the 9 of Cups. Happiness and independence. Joy. Romanticize your own life. Creativity. Yes. Community. Community will be able to create. They don't have to wait anymore. There's no more lack. The High Priestess and who she is, her High Priest, care about people. And these people know, you know, not the ones who are still trying to corral the youngers to go do a dirty deed, to the High Priest and the High Priestess, who are actually here rehabilitating, refurbishing, restoring, re-enlivening, reinvigorating, setting boundaries, protecting souls, protecting the children, giving everybody stability so that they can focus on their own life and their connection to source, and then build something that's lovely. Armor. Protection. Attack. Armor. Attacked. Somebody attacked the armor of a child-like person. Shadow. Temperance. King of Pentacles is here. He could be very disciplined and manifesting some sort of shift in thinking for the community. With this rehabilitation, this source-connected higher power, like they can raise the frequency or rehabilitate, restore the proper frequency for a temple, a flesh temple, activate souls, remove fear, or the need to make decisions for in life based on fear. You know, self-awareness and perception is good, but fear and anxiety holding you back. We got circle. Stop cosplaying fear as guidance in the circle. That wasn't intuition, that was anxiety in a cape. Somebody's having anxiety because you're stopping fear. People aren't afraid anymore. Seven of Cups, illusions, fantasy, lots of choices. Action, boldness, confidence, fearlessness, determination, resilience. Healing feels like garbage before it looks like growth. So there's a rehabilitation happening in the secret garden. The High Priestess and the High Priest are there caring for people. It's invitation only. Nasty Jack or anybody wanting to go on vacation or come walk through the fields. No, there's no trespassing. So we've got Page of Pentacles. And self-love looks good on you. Confidence, you're glowing, grounded, and protected. Gatekeepers. Oh, things are falling apart for the gatekeepers. Gatekeepers. Things falling apart. Yeah, because they won't let people pass. They won't let the high priest and the high priestess pass. They're coming back. But these ones, they're really upset because they're worried that this woman is going to recognize them. It's been many, many lifetimes. They have stolen this position and this status from her many times, but she has been disassociated from the tribe in contract, and she's there with her new mate. Serving the people that these ones were pretending to serve. Gatekeepers, things are falling apart. Abundance. So the wheel is turning. You've evolved. It's okay to outgrow people. You are free. And the blunt truth is, you're no longer giving spiritual credit to idiots. This abundance. You're no longer giving abundance to the people that kept you isolated. The people that hurt you. The people that want to hurt you. The people conspire to take you down and steal your identity and your status and your life and everything. Yeah, and put you under the moon. Cause you fear and anxiety. Yeah, the healer. So those people, they're worried that this high priestess is going to recognize them when she comes home. They know what they've done. And they've been living high on the hog, on the suffering of babies here. It's been a grand business. While they masquerade as some freaking... So we got the Six of Pentacles, generosity, generous charity, balance, due to the clarity and the truth that you have broke through. You have broke through and you have brought forward clarity and truth regarding the chaos. You're not recycling heartbreak or those who brought it to you. You have escaped due to the truth that you were able to bring forward. You are liberated. And you are protected from being attacked. The Royal Mother said they cannot curse your land or your business. They cannot get into the territory. Apparently, the High Priestess, or the magistrate they keep speaking of, has silver and gold and their own coin. They don't need to do bartering or trading outside of the territory. They have their own resources. The souls of the children and the territory, is so freaking important. This high priest and this high priestess fought for centuries to get together, to come back together. And these others fought for centuries to keep them cursed and separated. Devils wearing masks. Listening in to the fruits of those that they left stranded. You, High Priestess, they stranded you, abandoned you, left you stranded, and then they took credit for your messaging, for what the source was saying to you while you were stranded. But you are strong. You're the caretaker, the true one, the one that's here to heal, rehabilitate, bring vital force to joy, peace, rest, an offering of love and balance. And these others wanted chaos and fire. Look, you could be inspiring people. You love the animals. You love all the animals, just like the children. You're very sweet. You could be inspiring people with your patience to come into alignment. There's forgiveness here. The high priest and the high priestess are back together. And we've got magical boundaries, perhaps, or boundaries to those who do magic, baneful magic. Maybe you got magical barriers. The teachers of the past. Those that taught people how to shatter hearts of high priestesses and then don their white robe and go up as though they were them. You are the teacher. You are the high priestess. You are the one that they said, practice what you preach, and you did. You reformatted your mind. You transformed over and over and over and over and over. Look at how many times you transformed your mind. How many times you had to go into a cocoon and recreate yourself, heal yourself. This was a long, terrible, heinous attack upon the consciousness of the people while they were in fear and isolated through many past lives. You could be speaking up about what they did to your mind in the history. You're protected by the Mother Earth because you have this beautiful love in you. You could have this huge love of the Mother. These people are calling you a star woman or whatever. But look, man, this is your garden. This is your creation. This is your garden. And you're here tending to, caring for the people. And they're like, you're just too powerful. And you got these little arrogant freaking devil freaking pimps out there wanting to command your essence that they don't have the capacity to create within their own selves. But they're so freaking warped in the head, they cannot have this beautiful, high-value star woman bringing all of her energy and her healing and her blessing here with her high priest doing the same. These people sacrificed these two thousands of years ago and have been doing baneful magic to keep them separated. They are back together now. Protected, grounded, protected. One with the Mother Earth. And those who have opinions about your big love, this big, powerful love, and the knowledge of you are uneasy. The shadow. Temperance. Childlike. You could be bringing temperance to the shadow, to the children that had been here in this thing, and that kind of a scenario. You're healing people. You're restoring soul value. A lot of the children's soul value had been zeroed out, and then they had to work for their blessings, right? They had to work for a reward. They had to be a good servant in order to get any of their soul value back. At least that's the way I'm seeing it. It was a scam, man. Spirit said in the middle of the night that governments have been holding you down, back, something like that. Make you work. more hours per day than you spend at home, and they take a great portion of your wages, so you hardly have the finances to support yourself, let alone be creative. It's crap, man. But the High Priestess has unlocked the barriers. The barriers have fallen. What you seek is now within reach. She did not announce her shadow work. She just did it. While everybody else was out there partying, convincing themselves of their greatness, she was busy being great. They were busy being great. Buried alive. They buried alive. So there's a challenge here. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups was buried alive for her money. Somebody misinterpreted a message, saw it as vile, and then accused. See, there's this thing. It's like, so we got the Rainbow Covenant, right? And it's like rainbow to rainbow, right? You got mouth to root, right? In the sacred connection. And then the masculine has the sun, the inner sun within him, right? And then the woman is the soul, right? The S-O-L, her inner sun. So it'd be like sun pouring into soul, rainbow to rainbow, right? So between them, they have this beautiful golden, like, powerful energy or whatever. And so when these guys, I'm feeling that when they heard sun into soul or whatever that was, I think they saw this High Priestess or they accused her of being a pedophile. And I think they somehow rigged some kind of weird, funky digital movie or whatever. And they deceitfully convicted her. Something nasty happened. They buried her alive. They buried her alive. So there's a rebirth here. They misinterpreted, I think, what she was saying because they're so low vibrational, they could not understand the higher wisdom of the connection, of sacred connection. So in their mind, they thought sun, S-O-N. And so for thousands of years, they've been prostituting the womb of this woman, astral projecting into her space, sucking the sacral essence out of her womb, thinking, oh, she likes it, she likes it. It was sacred, man. And these low vibrational gigolos could not fathom it, just like she could not fathom their malice. Not anymore. Not anymore. They misinterpreted things and now they got themselves into a world of hurt. They buried her alive because of their own inability to understand the sun. Low vibrational pimps could not grasp the concept of the value of these sacred connections. So you got the Page of Cups here. Could be in an Eight of Swords energy, feeling trapped, feeling like a victim. You're making your move. They're making your move. They can't sleep. You're about ready to make your move. We got spilled bottle. There's a spilled bottle. You say it doesn't matter, but part of you is still bleeding. They spilled a bottle. They can't sleep. They spilled a bottle. What? They spilled a bottle. What was in their bottle? They can't sleep. Part of you is still bleeding. What? They go to sleep at night. They have to fight with somebody, whoever they had in this bottle. The Knight is there. There's an there's urgency moving forward with this abundant reward, and there's a swift action of a Netflix jail, copycat. Anybody who's been making pornography movies of others, girl, blocking is free. You got boundaries. You have dignity, and these others are promiscuous. They're not you. Your sleep is fleeting. These people's religious authority is fleeting. You're skybound. You were never meant to stay grounded. Rise into your vision. You're a star woman and a star man anyway. Both of you have a guarantee out of here. These ones cannot trap you or keep you. You've been suffering for a long time. You're going to go home. They do want to try to do a 3D thing, but you know, they're being watched. Obviously. So we got the 9 of Cups here. Skybound. So the intention and expectation is that you're going to get a 9 of Cups. Lots and lots and lots of love. And nobody is going to be able to touch that or take that from you. It's just right there. Your wishes are granted. You're going to get happiness because you are happiness. You've been surviving a long time. This is your last lifetime story of Earth Woman. You're out of here. You're out of here. There's limitless numbers of universes or whatever. You could be a goddess of time or connected to that. So it's time for you to romanticize your own damn life. You stop waiting. Look, the whole community, you're no longer waiting on this community. There's a whole community that doesn't have to wait anymore. They get to celebrate self and its connection to source, to treat your inner divine with respect and care. Abundance. So you're going to get abundance, an abundance of joy perhaps. And there could be an abundance of creativity, thought flow coming into the community. There's a portal awakening. A passage reveals itself. Step through with courage and wonder. So in the community, you may be stepping through a portal. These guys have been talking about a wormhole. It could be time for you to just step through the portal and then wake up on the other side. It's difficult sometimes to wake up here and open your eyes and then to get lost in the day with everybody that's got their little attitude problems and stuff. King of Pentacles is here. Practical, magical, resourceful, stopping fear as guidance in the circle. So there's no more making decisions based on fear. Could be lifting the fear demon off of the collective consciousness. There could be like some kind of a seed or a parasite or a worm in the field of collective consciousness that has been driving everybody into a status of fear when it comes to making decisions or being courageous. Could be something like that. We got the light left on in reverse. This says a part of you has been waiting in the dark this whole time. Light left on. But it's in the reverse. You're no longer waiting in the dark. You're coming out of the dark. You're no longer waiting in the dark. You're no longer afraid of the dark. So it could be the King of Pentacles is working here with the Magician card to remove the need to be afraid of the dark. In the Bible, doesn't it say that those animals that are beastly or whatever, that feed or whatever, they won't be there And I think of, people normally think of, regular people think of cougars and coyotes and bears and such. But when you're doing stuff like this, then you start to realize that there are humanoids out there that aren't human, that feed on humans. And so I think that's what this is. So it looks to me like there's a thing. It's like the frequency is being lifted. In the community, there's a great restoration, a rehabilitation happening. You're no longer waiting in the dark. There's no need to be afraid. There's no need to hide anymore. It's time to celebrate your life, to celebrate who you are. There's so many dreams. There's so many things that you receive from Source, choices, options to create, to be. The Knight of Wands is determined here. And no, you're not dying. Yes, it sucks. But healing feels like garbage before it feels like growth in the secret garden. And we had a lot of folks for thousands of years that were avoiding healing. So it's not comfortable at all. It can be so challenging. And it really hurts. But we got silent bloom. Growth happens in silence before it bursts into life. And that's the thing. These people, they had no idea. You were not on the internet. You weren't crying. You weren't out there, getting police reports because you were acting crazy or nothing. You just got to work and you rebuilt yourself, restructured yourself. You silently bloomed. And this could be the teaching that you are bringing to the secret garden, how to go through the process of actually doing shadow work, silently blooming, getting your glow up, learning how to love, honor, and respect yourself, your inner divine, so that you can better do that in your environment. And it's easier when you can imagine your environment inside of you, because then it becomes your family. Makes it personal. Without connection. Personal without expectation, without anything. We got the Page of Pentacles here, making an offer. The best filter you'll ever wear is self-love. Maybe your diligence and stability really got your glow up. The gatekeepers, we got gatekeepers, things falling apart, and thread of gold. Follow the feeling that pulls even when you don't understand it. Gatekeepers, things fall apart, thread of gold. The wheel is turning. Not everybody comes to your next season. You are free. You have evolved and changed through all of this stupidity. You're no longer giving spiritual credit to idiots, people who hold themselves to a low level and then expect everybody else to get beneath them. You're no longer going to go ahead and entertain that with your abundance. And we've got the Pole. It's your abundance, High Priestess, times 2. High Priestess, High Priest, you're both in your feminine energy. This powerful mother energy. The magnetic draw isn't random. Something is meant to meet you. You're being pulled. Something is meant to meet you. You're no longer sharing your abundance with idiots. They're not going where you're going. The portal is awakening. There's something about a wormhole these fellas were talking about. And I don't know if they're going through a wormhole and the High Priest and the High Priestess are developing some kind of a portal that's specific to their soul map that only them and God can read. Mother, Father. 6 Pentacles, charity and abundance. for the truth that you were able to bring clarity to regarding the chaos. These relentless cycles. You are being liberated and you are protected from being attacked. Eye of the void. You are not lost in the dark. You are being rewoven. Space woman, you are being rewoven. So they had trapped you here on Earth, and they've been broadcasting pornography and filthy shit that they generated about you throughout the cosmos or whatever, because they wanted to destroy your reputation throughout the stars, because you're a star woman. They wanted to defile you and desecrate you, and in so doing, they did everybody else. And you and your person were here to help everybody. You were a blessing. You're being rewoven into the star nations. You're a star woman. They wanted to defile your reputation, and they did. For thousands of years, it was very convincing. They had some other trollop, a devil, wearing your robe. And they kept sending them up, fake apples, so that they could try to infiltrate and defile and then destroy those upper star nation soul tribes. Your survival, your victory here, you, High Priest and High Priestess, have saved humanity. These jackasses intended for them to be eating bugs. Now it appears those who were doing all the desecration are going to have to experience what they've done. They're going backwards. Healing doesn't always look like growth. Sometimes it looks like stillness. They have to go backwards. They got to go back and do it again. You are being rewoven. We've got clarity. You've brought clarity to the stardust. You brought clarity. He never came. Nobody ever came. Whoever your stardust angel guy, your protector angel turned assassin angel, whatever the hell, God freed you from that contract, and now you got yourself a priest, a real devoted divine priest. And it did not have to be violent to be final. You're allowed to change. Your form is not your fate. So you're the phoenix. And yeah, so the ghost of you is shifting into something new. And you've got soft armor on because you were feeding everybody but yourself. You gave them everything. And when the divine came, they said your soul was wearied, and they will not be destroying your soul because you're a high value star woman. And they've been broadcasting a lifetime story of Earth woman. You got soft armor. You don't have to be hard to be strong. You're being rewoven. Signs are flashing. Pay attention to the nudges. And these others could be moonlocked. The false prophets are moonlocked. These false prophets up there in those, they're like walking around on my freaking ceiling. Yeah, so these false prophets who think of themselves so highly, they will be moonlocked. You split to survive, and now you're ready to return to wholeness. You, High Priestess and High Priest, are back together now, and no one else can read your soul map. The soul map that you share, this quiet flame, soft but steady, your inner fire is reshaping the world around you. You are rehabilitating everybody and everything, drifting between the realms. You're floating around throughout the realms, rehabilitating everybody. Your story is still being painted across the cosmos. Mm-hmm. Yes. There's an invitation to cross into the unknown, to remember, to know that not every memory you carry is yours to carry. It's just not. This realm has been forcing their Wi-Fi radio streaming and other programmable voice-to-skull crap through our transmitter receivers, and messing us all up. So it could just be that there's an invitation to remember that not everything that moves through you belongs to you. You could be getting an invitation to remember that infinity is within you. And it could be time to cross over into that. An unseen force is asking you to cross into the unknown. Elements of the infinity are within you. Everything you seek is within you. So you're being invited to leave this at your star woman. They don't like what you're saying. They're embarrassed. You've revealed all of the nastiness that they've been doing, and you're about ready to take off. The royal mother, the true royal mother, stated that this is your last lifetime story. You're moving back. You're a freaking star woman. And apparently this isn't the first time that you came here to try to help people, but these others were so low vibrational, you just couldn't help them. You couldn't help them. Their mind was so low vibrational and perverted that when you used specific words to speak about sacred connection, they heard, low-level, vile things. You're awakening the light. You're awakening the light. You could be awakening the light in the cave of echoes. Or maybe you're awakening the light and somebody else is in a cave of echoes, because your hearts are aligned. Your truth and your desires align. Miracles unfold naturally. Your two hearts are aligned. And what's unspoken speaks the loudest. Read with your soul. It could be that the return, you and your person may actually be speaking with your soul, because in this world, in the morning, I just don't like it when I have to open my eyes and I have to get involved in this personality that has a specific job, and profession and way of doing things. And it annoys me, because it's so freaking mundane and it has no purpose. It doesn't mean anything. So anyway, we got the return. What once felt lost is making its way back to you, reborn. So you're being rewoven into the stars and you're being reborn. There's some kind of a vanishing point. Some endings are beginnings in disguise. There could be a sacred pause. Everything is woven. Trust the invisible patterns of your life. So, yes, there's people that had been locked up and then kind of held prisoner. And some of them were like just waiting for these nasties to set them in the fire. This security is like, if there's medicine in the body, they have to go in the fire. This dude has been burning everybody for freaking centuries due to the poisoning and the sickness that he caused them while siphoning the value of their soul. Thousands, billions of people, this dude is a nasty jack. He's so nasty. And you eliminated the truth. You unlocked. The barriers have fallen. High Priestess, High Priest, both of you are in this High Priestess energy, setting up boundaries. You've unlocked the barriers, illuminated the truth about, you got the GPS. Somebody's feeling like poo. Somebody's feeling like poo. It's shocking news. Whoever did God up there mimicking people that they had workplace affairs with are running, because we're closing the cycle of them adapting other people's spiritual identity and pretending that they are that successful businessman or woman in the upper realms. They hijack people's spiritual identity and go up there and pretend. Not anymore. It's over. Everybody knows what's going on. Somebody's under pressure. You unlocked the barriers. The barriers have fallen. What you see now is within reach. Somebody's having anxiety. Time is running out. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. They misinterpreted. They're having anxiety. They misinterpreted the messaging while you were buried alive. You went numb. They were siphoning all of your energy. It could be that you were a sacrifice, or that you have been a sacrifice, or that you have been given a rebirth by the lion, the sun. You have been transformed. They buried you alive. They siphoned your energy. They tried to put out your soul, your light, your inner sun. They did, maybe. There's a rebirth here. Memories. That song again. Evil. Most definitely she's evil. Whoever this woman is that did this to you, she's real evil. Evil woman. Looks like an angel, of course, because they're drinking the nectar of shattered hearts of actual high priestesses and stuff. But you know. So the Page of Cups is here. Broken-hearted. Eight of Swords. Trapped. They spilled a bottle. Something is still bleeding. They can't sleep. They might be having sleep paralysis. We got making your move. Ghosted. Bad credit. I heard somebody say that they owed you a great debt. They had no collateral. There was no way that they could pay. So they had to, I guess, get ghosted. They couldn't pay their debt. They couldn't pay their debt. So they got detached. Knight of Swords is here. With an opportunity to manifest something, getting a reward. There's a very swift movement happening here regarding Netflix Queen. Girl, your comfort zone is a trap. They're afraid. So yeah, this, oh yeah. Sex addict. The sex addict. So these are sex addicts. They go around having lots and lots and lots of sex, and they've been complaining that Satan's prostituting well, I don't know, man. It's like, so, there's a Knight of Swords here, taking action. Ace of Pentacles, growth. There's a reward. Very swiftly, they could be arresting people. It's like those are taking action. Knight of Swords. Based on the truth, they may be getting a reward for quickly, arresting Netflix gal, porn queens or whatever. They're blocking. They're getting deleted. There's boundaries. You're no longer asleep. The religious, fancy pants, whatever the heck, is over. It was fleeting. Skybound. You were never meant to stay grounded. Rise into your vision. Sex addiction. It could be that those who are sex addicted are going to go be delivered to wherever that service will be provided. It probably won't be provided in the territory of this high priestess and her high priest. Not anymore. That's not how, divine entities rule their realm. So we got the Nine of Cups there. Abundance. It's time for you to have joy in your life, to be creative in the community. We got a portal is awakening. It's revealing itself. It's time to step through with courage and wonder. Go to have fun. Treat yourself kindly. Love message. Love message. Well, there's a portal opening. They were talking about a wormhole. So you may be skybound, and those who are sex addicted, romanticizing their own life within the community, doing love spells, triangular third party enemy stuff. It could, harvesting others. It could very well be that they're going to go through some kind of a portal to have a next life experience. They're skybound. You're skybound. I don't know. You're going to go somewhere. You're going to go be a star woman, and they're going to go through a portal, go wherever. King of Pentacles is here. Leadership, abundance, provider. The Magician, manifesting something. You stopped making, so manifesting. So they're turning the lights on. You're no longer waiting in the dark. You're no longer making decisions based on fear. You're not going to hide. You're going to go ahead and speak. We got the circle here. There's a circle. Arm in arm in arm, linked together. And then we got somebody drinking. Toxic lifestyle. Seven of Cups. Illusions. Fantasies. Choices. Bold. Determined. Fearless. We got, yes, it sucks. No, you're not dying. Healing feels like garbage before it feels like growth. Secret garden. Silent bloom. Growth happens in silence before it bursts into life. And then we've got rejected. Silent bloom. So that's the thing. So when you go through an initiation, it's chaos. It's insanity. It's risky. It's life-threatening. It is so hard. And these folks who just went through, I went through my initiation. Oh, yeah, it was great. It was no trouble whatsoever. Oh, yeah, easy peasy. Oh, so there could be a rejection of those who say they silently bloomed because, there's no such thing as a silent bloom. There just isn't. These folks who live a toxic lifestyle, who say they went through a silent bloom. No, that was not a silent bloom. That was a harvest, because a silently blooming is not this. It's responsible. It's dedicated. It's devoted. Trustworthy. It generates, creates, produces, shares, cares. It's not that. Page of Pentacles, opportunity, making an offer. We got self-love, looks good on you. Confidence and attraction, you are glowing. The best filter you'll ever wear. We got the gatekeepers. Things are falling apart because of these threads of gold. You're following the feeling that pulls even when you don't understand it. Things falling apart, threads of gold. Queen Bee. So things are falling apart for these gatekeepers that have been stealing from everybody. Because this Queen Bee, has threads of gold. She's connected. She's a star woman that they've had trapped as a prisoner of war here on Earth. And they've been broadcasting foul, freaking sexual, disgusting stuff, and then broadcasting it throughout the cosmos. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. Not everyone gets a ticket to your next season. You're allowed to outgrow people, evolve, change. You are free, and you're no longer giving spiritual credit to idiots. You're no longer going to let them come into the territory and work their word magic. Schmooze everybody, mind up everybody. Yep. Not everybody is a lesson. Some people are just dumb. So, and that's the blunt truth. That's the reality of it. The abundance is there. The abundance is being transferred. We got that magnetic draw. Isn't random. It's something meant to meet you. It could be that you're being drawn. So whatever this abundance is for that belongs to the high priest and the high priestess, is being transferred. The threads of gold, the queen bee. So wherever this queen bee lives, all the stuff that she owns and that she had here, that she brought here and that he brought here to serve these people with, they tried to destroy them and keep it all for themselves because they didn't like their high value system. So anyway, there's threads of gold for the queen bee. The abundance is being transferred, magnetized, and it looks to me soon she shall be as well. There will be a magnetic draw that's not random, and it's meant to meet you. You will be transferred at some point as well. Twin flames. Six of Pentacles, charity and abundance for the clarity that you brought forward about this chaos here. We're not going to recycle heartbreak like plastic bottles. Oh, no, no, no. You have escaped. You are liberated and you are protected from attack. You are not lost in the dark. You are being rewoven, Star Woman. High Priestess, High Priest, Queen Bee, Twin Flames. You are being rewoven into the star system, and everything that belongs to you is being transferred magnetically. All of your abundance, all of the abundance of the twin flames is being transferred magnetically to wherever their destination is. You're protected from attack. You're being rewoven into the star system, the star nation, wherever it is that you belong. These people, yeah, there's a funeral. There's a funeral, right? So you're being rewoven, and we've got funeral. I'm the void. So you are protected from attack. You are being rewoven, and there's a funeral here. Somebody's praying. The phony trickster is praying. There's a funeral and the phony trickster is praying. The thug is heartbroken over your romance. Or the thug who messed you up with that is heartbroken. Getting readings on your marriage. They want things their way. They want to sacrifice you. They want to sacrifice you. They're losing sleep. They're drinking. And because you're saying goodbye. Happily single is a trap. They wanted it. That's what they get. There is a separation. There's a separation from those who didn't want to be single but wound up that way because these ones are just a bunch of jackasses. You've learned your lessons regarding the love spells, and you have spiritual gifts. These spiritual gifts are yours. And the person that was siphoning your spiritual gifts by bumping heads, they're in a downward spiral. It's clear. They were siphoning your gifts. They were using your identity, your energy. And the love child of the divine is getting their wish. And the fake ones, the devils wearing angels' robes, they're embarrassed. Because they're just up there being floozies. And God is fed up with this sweet talk, no strings attached bullshit. He's like, this is about family. We're high vibrational, upper dimensional people. What the hell is this? And the true colors is that you love yourself. The true colors of those who actually love themselves are seen. Somebody's going through a secret firestorm of karma. It could just really be going on. They're effed up over you for mirroring you. Every dirty, nasty thing they put into your mirror, God said that they are going to be held accountable for. They put a lot of nasty shit in your mirror. And it's too late for them. They're spying on you from secret accounts. Maybe it's too late for them to make a secret account of you. You're turning your back. You're turning your back on this psycho. You're closing the cycle on being lonely, on being fed upon. These people are running. They're running. Your GPS is bad news. Their GPS is bad news. They're having massive regrets for living high on the hog on somebody else's spiritual identity. They're feeling like a jackass for playing mind games with people and backstabbing people and hurting people. Shocking news. Feeling like shit. Because Divine Masculine loves you. High Priestess. I guess he loves you. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave that one here. I hope that it brings clarity to something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.